Welcome back to another day in the Elajas era. I'm your host with the most boast, Taylor Elajas. You doing good? I'm doing pretty good. But are you doing good, though? I'm doing pretty good. Today, we're back at Elajas and Friends, and I'm joined by
Young Akon, Teemanay, #1. Chee.
numero uno. You know what I'm saying? So, here at the Audio Technica House. Shout out to them for providing the space for us to be able to have some good Elajas and Friends conversations. Okay, shout out to Bamboo for the good drink. Okay, you need a tap in. If you need some good liquid to enter your liver, tap into that Bamboo. You know what I'm saying? But we here and we're gonna have some good convo because me and T have had some history up to this point. And not a long amount of time, but we've definitely had some interactions already, but first off, tell the people where you're from and what you got going on.
Well, obviously I'm Nigerian and undoubtedly I'm African.
Ooh.
So that's where I was born and raised. I was born in Nigeria in a state called Delta State. That's where I'm from. Born and raised. So I'm a singer, songwriter, composer, producer, human rights activist as well. I love life. I love people. I love entertaining, and I just love traveling as well. So I guess traveling is what has really made me come this far as an artist, as a musician, because I've lived in different places. I've lived in Nigeria, South Africa, a little bit of London, and here in the States. So all I do is just music, entertainment, and a little bit of tech as well. So they're going to know that side of me a little bit. This tech side of me. And I'm actually a graduate from the medical school. A lot of people don't know about that. I finished, as a clinical anatomist, and I was on the verge of becoming a doctor before I took music seriously. So music was always a part of me. I started playing instrument as a kid at the tender age of like 4. I started playing the keyboard by ear. I wasn't taught like the sound and everything, but I just loved it and drove that thing crazy, made everybody crazy in the house until it made sense. Yeah. So the drums was also something I started playing. And then I just developed mad love for music. So I joined the choir. Everybody would say I joined the choir cliche, but I actually did join the choir. So I was in the choir for a while. That's why I kind of developed the knowledge of how to write music, actually. Because, knowing how to sing is different from knowing how to write. Not all singers can write, and not all writers can actually sing. So I started composing, started writing music from start to finish. I started learning how to break music into verse, chorus, bridge, intro, outro, and stuff like that. And it started with gospel songs, obviously. So that kind of made me become more of a gospel R&B musician. But I wasn't a professional musician. I was still going to school. I was doing music on the side. And then I took it more seriously after I left Nigeria, after I moved to South Africa. So when I moved to South Africa, what happened was I started finding my way into being around people who were mostly music related, talking about artists and stuff. So that was the first time I actually went into a professional studio when I was in South Africa. So when I did, I found a way to...
Is that my time? You keep on.
So I found a way to get in the studio, and then I recorded my first song called Girl for the Night. So Girl for the Night was an R&B song that I recorded with a friend called Scooby Narrow, and I just recorded it, and the engineer in the studio was like, damn, I really like your voice. You sound really good. How long have you been singing? I mean, I was like, probably since I was born or maybe in my mom's womb, but professionally, that was the first day I was in the studio. And he was like, no way. It's not possible that you just got in the studio for the first time today. I said, yeah, this is my first time in the studio, South Africa, 2014. So he loved it. And he told me there was a competition going on called Drop Zone in a big radio network in Johannesburg called UJFM 95.4. I can never forget. And he said I should submit the song. You never know. So I submitted the song, and Found out there were about 5,000 plus submissions from all around the country because it was a big opportunity, because they said the winner was going to get media exposure, TV exposure, possibly distribution as at that time. So I submitted the song Girl for the Night, and they narrowed down the 5,000 submission to pick the top 10. And when they picked the top 10, your boy was in the top 10.
Hey.
Yeah, I was like, what? My first song, top 10. Okay, let's see what happens. So it was amazing. And what they did was, because they had the final top 10, so they had to play those songs on the radio for 2 months for people to listen and vote. So people listened and they voted. They played them like every Wednesday on the radio station. So the last day, the last week where they were supposed to pick the winner, I remember that day very well. I went to the barber shop. So I was, getting a haircut, because that's where we chill. That's where guys, that's our therapy. The barber shop is where we unleash as guys sometimes, because. So I was there having a haircut and the radio was on. They were playing the songs. It was going to call the winner. And then they called the winner. And as soon as they called the winner, my barber, I remember he tapped my shoulder real hard. This nigga was strong. He was like, yo, bro, you just won. I was like, won what? He said, you just won the drop zone. You're the winner. They just called your name. And they said it again. The winner is Teemanay, Girl for the Night. I was like, what? Yo, so that was like the foundation, that was how everything started. And after that, they got me some radio interview, media interview, and all that. So I got really excited. So it was like an affirmation for me. After that happened, I realized that, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So it was like my sign from God. And that was when I pushed medicine to the side. I focused on music 100%.
That's a well-told story. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. It was like, I never saw that coming, honestly.
Yeah.
I never saw that coming.
Now they should have known that she was in the medical field because she was African. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
they didn't know that,
bro. I mean, my old family, that's it. It's medicine, it's law, it's engineering, or it's nothing. If you're not one of those, you're a failure. That was how it was back in the days. But times have changed. For the past decade, I would say things have shifted when it comes to like African homes, African tradition, African beliefs. Now they understand that there's more to success in career than just being in a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer. There's 1,000 things you could do right now. Statistics just show that 12 million Americans are earning money as influencers. That's a lot of population. They're making money off of being influencers, and they're paid big time. Some of them are paid way more than what the 9 to 5 is paying right now. You know what I'm saying? So the world has shifted to a part where people now have to discover what they enjoy doing, and they can actually make money while doing it. What do you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I'm a heavy advocate on the creator community, creator industry. It's literally $1 billion industry. You know what I'm saying? So since we're on this topic, right? Too, when it comes to the music industry versus the creator industry, I think the music industry is going to take a little bit of a hit for at least like a year or two. My opinion, right?
Man.
So then on top of that, right, even where the creator community has already creeped into the music industry, where it has forced artists to dive into being a creator and not just what is called an artist. But then when you look at the word artist and what it relates to even a person like me who has artistic mediums like painting, drawing, sketching, I've done music as well, and that type of stuff, that to me is an overall artist, right? Or even when you look at, once again, the specific term artist, some people may directly associate it to where like a Vincent van Gogh or people that truly create masterpieces, but music is also a masterpiece. So I can also grasp where people, give that overarching umbrella word of artist, right? But the creator community is really where influence is had, at least nowadays, right? And like where I feel people can actually relate to that and feel like they can become that more.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I understand your point of view. But I feel like there's a symbiotic relationship between both sides now, because without the content, without music, there's no content, and content needs music to survive. It's more like creators are doing it right now, honestly, but creators are making it more complicated for the natural musician or an artist back in the days who was seen as the only influential person. I'm gonna take case study Beyonce, for example. That's even a very big name to use, but like, yeah, Beyonce. Back in the days, Beyonce didn't have to do anything. All she had to do was release music and people go crazy. And if you come online and post about a brand, that brand is going to make $100 million in sales, for example. But now with influencers or content creators, they don't really need to be musicians, just like you said. They could just do stuffs online that gives them a lot of engagement. And then these brands now will not only chase after musicians, now they chase after content creators because they know that those creators can influence people to buy their products. But there's still a symbiotic relationship between music and content creation, because I realize that most content creators need music to make their contents valid. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from.
I can agree with a lot of what you said, rather than I don't know if I feel like. So maybe I was talking with a creator the other day, right, about the even definition and difference between a content creator and a creator, right? Like I view myself as a creator.
Exactly.
I don't view myself as a content creator.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe like the term content creator, people that produce things that is maybe even like, to give a trivial example, like a 20v1 with a rapper, right, or somebody doing a TikTok dance to a song, right? These people may be content creators, right? But when I refer to the creator community and the creative industry and creator industry in general being $1 billion industry, it's where the creator themselves is able to create things that will put into a person's brain that they should either engage in that thing that person is engaging in, or buy that thing that they're projecting, or what have you, right? So even just to take a dip into like a different realm, like with food or something, right? There's food creators and there's food content creators maybe, but if we're talking about specifically food creators, person I see food creators with no instrumental, no music in the back. They just make a dope video till you're going, people are going there, right? So I think that especially with what people seem to value in the music industry, which I think is going to eventually change with what's the current climate of what's happening in terms of sales and stuff. But at least for a while, what was being heralded was large album sales, right? But it should really be how many people you bring to your show. How many people actually are going to buy tickets. That's the thing that actually matters, right? Because especially if we're talking about specifically hip hop, I think that it's time of being at the top is dwindling, and it could, music goes in cycles, so it will probably come back around at some point, right? But where it currently stands, right, there's a person like, say, a Capella Gray or a Tusi, right? I think a lot of people go to their shows. I was at Tusi's listening party for his recent Jaded album, right? He sold 20,000 or under 20,000, something like that, but there was hella women in there singing favorite song, right? He had mad people, and I'm sure when he has his shows, if just looking at what I witnessed there, I'm sure there's mad women there that make they boyfriends come with them, or they go by themselves so that they can sing favorite song. Right?
That's influence right there.
That's influence.
See, that's why I say the arts and the creators can never be pushed to the side, because the content creator needs the creator for the content creator to be relevant. That's what I meant, because we are creators, not content creators. We are artists. You make art, I make music. And then there's people who feed off that content, and then I would say, what's the word? I would say like they remake it or create something out of what we have created. So it becomes a chain reaction. That is why there's a difference between a creator and a content creator. I don't know if you get my point.
Oh, yeah. I think we're arriving at it.
Right. So because 2C now is a creator. You understand? And he has that great influence to pull 20,000 people in real life to a venue, versus a content creator online who has 100 million followers and probably is going to get a high engagement when he or she posts online. But that same person might not be able to pull 50,000 people into a venue to listen to that person dance on TikTok, or see that person dance on TikTok for 30 minutes. So there's a difference. There's real life versus there's digital engagement. I've seen artists or people who have so much engagement online, but when they do events, you come there, it's like, where's everybody? You know what I'm saying? I'm not shading nobody, but it's reality.
That's reality.
So because you should be able to get to a point where you can convert listeners to fans, and then convert fans to super fans. So for you to be able to get people to come out when it's raining, come out in the snow, come out when it's very hot, to gather in a place just to see you perform that favorite song, that means you have a real influence. That's the real influence, because data can be altered.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, a lot of people alter data online. You could see a great number, 10 million, views, but you never know. Those 10 million might not be real 10 million views. It might be 2 million converted to 10 million. It could be 8 million robots. And now that AI is involved, I don't even want to talk about it, so.
Or a bunch of loops. Because
Right.
somebody could watch a video a whole bunch of times and now it's still running up the plays. So, but ultimately, just to even touch on your point, right, where I still do think that as time goes on, being a creative or a creator or even a content creator is something that will continue to gain more influence in the people that have a higher status in that, because it's something that just seems more attainable than being an artist nowadays, because of the saturation in the music industry and everyone feeling like just because they can put some words together, they can be an artist, right? But even so, it may even feel even easier to try to be a creator, right? But that, I think, is even harder, to where you have to have some level of a personality or of a draw to you to make people want to sit there and watch you, to where you build up a big enough brand where you can be a Kai and do a whole basketball league and people are watching you, and also in the stands, so where it's like, now it's not just the internet audience, is converting to a real life audience. And I have seen a lot of creators be able to do that even more than some artists nowadays.
Yeah.
So.
I ain't even gonna lie. Like, Kai is a very good example, because Kai is loved online and loved in live. Because in reality, this boy has even tried. He's even come to Nigeria. He's visited Nigeria, and
I heard the other day he made a school in there or something.
Yeah, he sponsored the school, and the love was mad. So people like that is a very good case study when it comes to like converting fans to super fans, which is necessary, because another thing people forget about when it comes to influence and creating and touching people's lives digitally is longevity. That's something people don't touch on. Like, okay, fine, this thing is working for me right now. The past 3 months I've been buzzing. I've got several calls from everywhere, different brands trying to identify with me and pay me to push their brand. This thing that gave me that blow up, how long is it gonna last? What's next? How do I sustain this attention to become evergreen? That is where we separate ourselves from the people who actually just feed off the content and then convert it into money and market. That is why people like Nicki Minaj has been relevant for 10 years without trying so hard.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because she didn't just, her era was even the digital era. It wasn't the TikTok era. So she didn't just get fans, she got super fans. That is why Adele can actually go on break for 5 years and come back like she never left. You get me?
Yeah.
So there's like, I would say, like, even in every aspect of this world, people always tend to gravitate towards one thing because that is what works for somebody. But that doesn't mean that it's going to work for everybody. We have 8 billion people in this world. There's still people who want to listen to heartbreak songs. There's still people who just want to stay in their house and listen to beautiful jazz music. Don't get carried away by the hype of social media. So there's room for everybody. So I feel like authenticity is very necessary when it comes to being a creative. That authenticity is what's going to keep you there for a long time. So that's what we're lacking a lot in the industry now. I don't know if you see that a lot.
No, 100%. People in general, and industry or not, I feel have an inability to truly lock in with who they are and how they're able to project themselves, because you're not able to project yourself if you don't actually know who you are.
Right.
Like,
finding yourself, knowing your fan base, sticking with your fan base, building up with your fan base, and don't be too hasty to like change your sound or what it is that you create just because it's working for A. I could be a painter as well. I could paint still life, and you could be a painter that paints abstract. Abstract could be trending right now, and because I see that, I want to jump into abstract. It might not work for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could have maybe 10 people who are waiting for my next still life painting, and those 10 people want to bring another 10 people, but just because I didn't have the patience to stay in that that creative space of what I know, thinking that I want to change and switch just because I want an instant gratification, I might lose out on that opportunity that's going to make me evergreen. So people don't really, there's a lot of difficulty in knowing how to differentiate between authenticity and the chase for clout.
I mean, because it's what society has put on the result of clout on people's lives and what they think it does for you, and like they heighten that. It's like, oh, yeah, you gotta have clout. You gotta have clout.
What do you think is really the problem? Is it the economy? Is it the need to pay our bills? Is it difficulty?
But clout don't pay your bills though.
No, what I mean is like people. At the end of the day, the I would say the determining factor is money. We all want to make money, you know. Besides the passion and everything, passion don't pay bills. Realistically, you know what I'm saying. So is it the chase for money? Is it the chase for comfort? Is it the chase for a good lifestyle that make people switch up all the time?
I think it is. Like people want to live where they can monetize their life and not do anything. Like not have to work for really anything, but like, yeah, let me just catch these checks. Like, yo, let me get like $300 for breathing today. You know what I'm saying? That's why mad people want to vote for Trump, just because he gave out stimulus checks.
Oh man,
like, I ain't even have to talk about. I got a stimulus check. You know what I'm saying? So it's like free. People love the concept of free money, and that's where I think people also want to just jump into creation because they think it's not that hard. Like, oh yeah, I can pick up a phone and be an influencer. But I hate the word influencer too. Like I talk about this all the time. You know, like that's why I say I'm a creator. I don't reference myself as an influencer. People may put me in that type of box or whatever. But to me as an influencer, it's the term makes me think that you as an individual think that you can garner influence and force people to garner,
like you have some kind of power,
like force people to put influence in your hands. But that's something that people are giving you because they see that you have value, that they want to either tell you like, yo, you're providing so much value to my life, you have influence, or they just want to give you that because they relate to you or you resonate with them or something like that, right? You can't just post a tummy tea discount code and be like, yeah, I'm an influencer today. You know what I'm saying? I got a free meal because I posted a Google review at a restaurant. And now I'm a food reviewer. You know what I'm saying? And even the concept of nowadays, like I think it's becoming to a point of almost definitely not even saturation, but it might be getting there to where it's like, everybody in their moms think they could be an artist now. And then on top of that, where like everybody in their moms think they could be a food creator because they went to a restaurant and they took a video, right? But even in the food world, the way in which people are going to actually be able to grow and build past how it started, because I've been doing the food stuff since 2017, right? Wow. So I've seen it go from where it's like, people put a lot of stake into articles and then, photos. And now it's more so videos, and then you could just do a bunch of compilation of videos of what you ate at the restaurant or something like that. And there's still people that do content in that way, but it's a lot of people that started their communities from years ago, and that's where it's still carrying on to now. But as 2024, 2025 in the whole food world specifically, and I think just in general, and how creation will be able to continue to be monetized for the average person is building the brand and having a personality. Right. So, there's I always shout out to Guy Fieri, and I mean, even Keith Lee, these are people that they'll always have spaces in the food world because of their personality. They may not be the most, in depth when it comes to making food or what have you. I don't really watch either of their content like that for real, but I know that they are personalities in the space, and that's how they're going to be able to grow and all that, and even me, I take being a personality seriously, and that's how I feel I'm able to kind of go across each genre that I'm in. And I always just implore people, create some level of a branding and have a personality. Don't just try to jump into anything without any branding, because you're not gonna make no money.
Right.
You're just gonna be there, be a person in the space.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. It still boils down to authenticity. Yeah, you just gotta be authentic in what you do, and you just gotta be real, and you just gotta be relatable. I feel like we put up too much facade, we put up too much makeup, too much filter around what we do, and that could sell, but in the long run, it's not gonna sustain you. It's not gonna give you the evergreen, perspective that you're trying to get. Yeah.
Evergreen that's where the money at. People being able to resonate with you over a long period of time, or at any point in time when they see that video. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the way in which we having this free flowing conversation, I think that's how we've been cool for like I said, I think we initially met when like June or something like that.
Right.
But like I said, we've had several interactions at this point. Right. So the first one came from, we was at Lish, shout out Lish 2 times, her Fubu podcast launch.
Yeah.
And we connected there, and then I believe invited you to my Dolly Vocals release
Really?
party.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was really cool.
You know, shout out to you for performing. Did a great job. You know, you gotta watch that recap video.
Yeah.
T went stupid on that. You know, so what has been your favorite song to perform thus far in this journey?
Wow. That's a question, man. I don't even know. Favorite song? Let me think. Because I've had a lot of songs come out and projects, but like favorite songs to perform. Recently I would say it's "Call Me," which is my latest single, because it's so easy and it's a sing along. Whenever I perform it, when I'm done, people start singing it, back to me, like call me," and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I think it should be "Call Me." Cause I'm just trying to think of like all the different. If it was like one of my favorite experience on stage, I could say that. But favorite song to perform right now, I would say "Call Me."
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing what you got going on with the Call Me. I could be mistaken, but is it Grammy nominated right now? Or
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I should put that on. I mean, it's Grammy considered right
Grammy
now.
considered.
Cause what happens is there's a whole pool of thousands of songs that are being submitted, and then the Grammy board, they listen and they pick out like 100 for each categories that are being considered for that genre or for that category of award. And after that, they listen again and then they pick out like 5 for nominations. For now, it's being considered. So it's being considered in African music and new artists. Those are the categories that are being considered, which is an amazing situation. And even the song actually charted on the Billboard as well. After it came out on the Afrobeat US Afrobeat charts, top 100, peaked to number. It started charting and then it peaked to number 35, which is amazing, which I'm grateful for. The song has done over 1 million streams collectively, over 500,000 on YouTube, over 500,000 on Spotify, and it just keeps going. So it's amazing. It's I'm grateful for this time, and it's all put out independently. I have to plug that in.
Hey, got
you know?
you. You know? I mean, hey, the
It's not
music
easy.
industry itself right now, it's probably better to be independent.
Oh man, talk about that. That's a topic I'm ready to speak on. Any day and any time, because from my experience, I'm an artist that has been signed. I was once signed to Akon. So and being independent now, I weigh both sides, and I feel I'm in the best place I could be as an artist when it comes to your creativity, your ability to make decisions, your release, your rollout plans, not being shelved, stuff like that. I feel like being independent is tough, it's challenging, and it's not easy marketing yourself independently, competing against the big dogs. You spending $10,000 to promote yourself versus a label artist the label is spending $500,000. You can't compete with that. But the good thing is we have avenues right now. Back in the days, there was only one avenue for an artist. You go for auditions, you have a demo, you visit the labels, you perform for them, they see potential, they sign you, and then they introduce you to the world. But guess what? Now you have a direct to consumer opportunity. You can literally connect with the world through social media. You could connect with the world through digital platforms. You don't really have to go with the protocol anymore. Back then, there was a formula. If you're not signed, forget it. But now, you could be independent and even be more successful than a signed artist. You get what I'm saying, yeah?
No, for sure.
So it's like it's 100%. There's no guarantee anymore about that formula. They could spend $1 million on an artist, and you could spend $10,000 trying to market yourself. And guess what? Your music could go way more viral with such a low budget. All you have to do is keep pushing yourself. You have avenues. You have Instagram. You have TikTok. You have Reels. You have real life events where you could go perform, And somebody could just love your song, pick it up, use that same song, and the person's followers could just become, like we say, influence, could just become your next fans. I've had situations where influencers used my song on TikTok, and I got like over 500 other people using that same song from that influencer. Back in the days, those things don't happen because the label has to put your song on the radio. The label has to pay for marketing. The label has to take you on a tour and do all that before you get known, before you start making money. And guess what? When you start making money, the label has to recoup every money they have spent on you, including the advance. So you get signed in a deal, you get $1 million, you excited, you buy a house, you buy a car, you buy a gold chain. Guess what? It's called an advance for a reason. It's like going to get your salary in advance. You walking in J.C. Penney, you tell them you need a year of your salary in advance, $80,000, they're going to give it to you. But guess what? For the next 12 months, you ain't getting paid. Think about it, because you already got your money. But a different part with the label where it gets more crazy is that they give you an advance, yeah? Say $300,000. It comes to your pocket. It comes to your account. Good for you. Now they have to release your album. They have to market your album. They have to do radio campaigns for you. They have to do digital campaigns. Now there's a digital award for you. Now they have to fly you to different places for PR, publicity, interviews, TV, radio. All those things cost money. They're not going to collect the money from you. They're going to pay for those things as well. But when you start recouping, they have to first deduct all those money they spent out of your recoupment. So you probably made $5 million from a hit record that was promoted by the label, but they have to deduct all those monies. And after deducting those monies that they've spent, they have to deduct your advance as well. And after deducting your advance, remember, you're on a lower percentage. So that 15% or 20% that you're on with that label deal, that's the percentage they're going to take from to pay your management, to pay your publicists, to pay those other people that they have to pay. Not from the 80%, because that belongs to the label. So the 15% you have is what they're going to use to make those payments, those miscellaneous, those flights and all those things. So by the time they do all that, you might end up with $10,000 out of $1 million again. So many artists are very, very successful on the gram, but their pockets are not successful. You get what I mean? Yeah. So I'm not shitting on label deals or whatever. I'm just giving y'all the reality of how it works in the music industry. I have been signed. Yeah. Now I'm independent. So it's complicated. So there's no guarantee that either of both sides is going to make you successful. You just got to work hard, stay true to your craft, and try to build your fan base organically so that someday you can be able to sell tickets for real life events, because that's where you're going to make more money as an artist.
Hey, flexing on the gram, but your pockets is famished. You got to stop.
I didn't say that. It's not all. It's not the same in all the cases, but
some of them do though. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, because I've been around the block. Yeah. For a little while doing this content stuff. And I read data. Like, I love data, data analysis. I wasn't good at math in school, but I just love data and numbers though. Like, I don't like structural math unless it's money math. Right. But like a lot of the stuff they teach you in terms of math in school, it just doesn't matter. Like, you don't use division on a daily basis, right? But math, you still need to be able to analyze numbers. So I genuinely love analyzing numbers, right? So there's people that like they'll be outside all the time, right? But they ain't dropped a song in a year. But they're outside all the time, right? And I look at your numbers and they're not equating to why you're outside all the time. Or it's not equating to why you have such a high ego. When even me, I've garnered millions of views and I don't act better than anybody else, because at the end of the day, as a creator, I still got to wake up and I still got to put out more content, right? So artists, I think, also gain a level of an ego where it's like, you did one thing, maybe you got 1 million streams on one song, okay, cool. But like you said, what's next and what's the actual financial breakdown? Right. How much did you make out that 1 million streams for? Right. So you got 1 million streams and now you think you big stuff. But what's going to happen if you don't come up with a next song? Right. Because you have to keep working. And remember, you owe a little advance. You still got to pay. So it's like, it's a circle. You can't stop. You just got to keep working and keep working. And I feel like people don't know how to feed off the moment. Because when you have a moment, you got to take advantage of it. Sometimes when you drag on a hit record for too long, it becomes so big that you're not going to be able to have a comeback record for that record, So it's a dicey situation. Some people have a big record and then they feeding off that record for like 6 months, and then they drop a second record and it doesn't do as good as that one, and then you become a one-hit wonder for the rest of your career. So it's dicey. That's why they say, like my manager Slim always say, when the iron is warm,
You sharpen it, you know. I see the hot. That's how we say it in Nigeria. I see the hot. You keep going. Don't take a break. Don't feel so complacent with your situation because you never know. It's not a competition, but you got to take chance of that moment because you never know if you're going to get that moment anytime soon. People make a lot of mistake, you know, when that happens. There's so many examples I would give, but I don't want to name names. You know what I mean? Because in recent time,
they didn't see it.
They didn't see what?
No, I'm saying they didn't see it. They seen examples of it in real time.
Oh yeah,
people flex they one song, and I'm sure even as you're saying it, people can think of examples off the top of their head. You know,
right? Yeah, exactly. You know who I'm talking about. I'm people I'm talking about because there's some songs that really did really good, especially in the Afrobeat world in the past 2 years. That I was so excited for them, like it's my own song. You know, when you see people win, you excited. Like, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. What's the next record? When are you dropping the album? And now they dropping records now when they had their moment 2 years ago. And those things they're dropping now are not hidden. There might be good projects, but nobody's looking out for it. Because when you're in the heat of the moment and people are looking out for you, you gotta milk that moment, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, it's showbiz. We have talent, but yes, it's showbiz. It's a business. You got to take advantage of it. You got to think like an entrepreneur. Don't relax and let the label do everything for you or let your team do everything for you because this is your career. Nobody's going to fight as much as you. Nobody's going to want it as much as you. As much as you love me and you want to see my success, it's still my success, though. I should want it more than anything. If you want it more than me, then I'm failing.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You gotta love what you do. If you don't, stop doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you got to be the best in what you do. Otherwise, don't do it at all. That's how I say it, you know. Yeah, because time is of the essence.
We ain't getting it back. You know, that's the asset that we all have. That's literally draining every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, time, and you can never get it back. You know, once it's gone, it's gone. Yesterday's gone. You can't bring back yesterday. You know, you got to move on. You got to look out for today and tomorrow. No time.
So you brought up being shelved, right? So can you tell the people what that experience was like of being shelved? Because, you know, there's some people that then got shelved, but I don't think we really get to hear
their story.
The story of being shelved. Oh, my God.
So being shelved for me, I probably haven't really shared these anyway, but I actually went through depression. You know, it was crazy because I was excited. I got signed and I was like, yo, bro, we're going. I told my bro, I was told, you know, my man. In fact, the day I got my contract, I was in the studio making music. So when I got it, I got my contract through WhatsApp. That's how close we were. So I was excited. I cried and everything, you know, like, damn, it's finally happening and all that. And few months after that, waited a little bit, went to California, shot the first music video, getting ready to, like, you know, do what's next, and then the world shuts down. I'm talking about ending of 2019, moving into 2020, like February, March. The whole world shuts down. I actually got stuck in California. I almost didn't get a flight to come back to New York. That's how crazy it was. So the world shut down, and we was like, we don't know what's next. The song was, we don't know when we're going to release it. So everything just felt like there was no certainty about what's next. And that's not what you want to hear as an artist, because your craft, your music, your creativity, you want to be at the liberty to, like, put out music regardless of anything. But the world shut down realistically. So it was COVID. And for the next how many months, nothing was happening. No word, no communication, nothing. So I went on Amazon. I started buying equipment. I set up my home studio because I just needed that space. I needed to record because nothing was open. So I was just in the house for months. And that's all I do, music. So I was in the house for months. Nothing. No communication with the higher ups. So I felt like I didn't feel like I was of value at that point in time. And that's not how you're supposed to feel as an artist. So it was a very dark moment for me. I went through a lot. I didn't want to, I felt like giving up. You know, I felt like finding a job. I felt like doing something else for the whole of 2020. And then towards 21, a time came when the world was coming back into, in fact, 2 years it was. I had no release. I calculated it, but it was 18 months plus. I had no release, no music release, nothing. And I'm signed to a label. So I felt like I was stuck. I was in a bubble. And realistically, we know the world wasn't open. There were so many excuses given. But in that time, there were so many like colleagues that actually blew up. That was why I felt that way. I'm talking about the likes of Rema, Fireboy, Joe Boy, Omalay. Like there was so many Afrobeat artists that blew up in that era because that was the streaming era. That was the era everybody was at home and just needed to listen to some new good music. So there was no excuse. Release the music. People would listen. People had the highest streaming. I'm talking about, that was even the time Afrobeat peaked because after the world opened up, everybody was onto Afrobeats. You know what I'm saying? So there was no excuse, if you know where I'm coming from. Why I was just sitting down in the house with no plan, no knowledge of what was next. So it felt like there was no plan for me. That was why I tried to start finding a way to break out after everything opened up. Because even after everything opened up, there was still some uncertainty about what was next. 2022, we did an EP together. Cool. Plans of other things that never happened. So it just felt like I felt shelved. Because that is real shelving. You don't sign a new artist and don't release a song for almost 2 years. That's shelving. From 2020 to 2022. That's crazy, bro. And you as an artist, when you're in a deal, you can't just go out of your way and release music. You're in a contract. You're going to get sued. You're going to, you legally bind it. There's nothing you could do. That was why I was like, you know what? I love you, appreciate the mentoring, but I got to go. So I found my way out and then gained my creativity back, got myself back up, and here I am today. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. I can feel the growth, and I'm grateful. So that's what I went through.
Nah, that sounds intense.
Yeah, it was more than that. I'm just trying to, make it a little light. But it was a crazy period for me.
No, I'm sure. And they didn't just straight up tell you got shelved. This was something that you just had to feel over time. Like, damn.
I felt it, yeah. I felt it.
And are they like telling you anything during this time, or is just?
I mean, there were some communications, and some promises, but I just felt like there was no excuse, because that was an era where our music was gaining traction, and as a newly introduced, name in the field of that era, I felt like, because I had a lot of songs, bro. I recorded over 100 songs in the pandemic. My file is heavy. My laptop is heavy because I set up a home studio.
Yeah,
I was recording. So releasing the music is the worst thing you could do to any artist, because they feel shelved and they feel like, yo, you going online, you seen the success and you're excited for others, but you're like, yo, what's going on? What's the plan? I don't know how else to put it, but that's how I felt. Yeah. I'm grateful for the mentorship and all, but that period was the worst. It was a dark period for me. Really, really dark. There's so much that could have been done that wasn't done. So it is what it is.
And that project that you had with Akon, right? Did that come? What year did that drop actually?
2022.
2022.
Yeah, August.
So that was after the essential shelving. So take us towards where you get signed, you get shelved, but then now after getting shelved, you have a project with Akon, who you said signed you.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened was when the world opened up back in 2022, started getting some traction because in the end of January, I released a single because the previous single that was released in 2020, just before the war shut down, it was a previous song I had already released, Kill Them. They just re-released it under their, platform because I got signed. So when you get signed, you move your catalog. So I moved the catalog to Convict, and then there was no release from 2020 until 2022. So 2022, the world opens back up, end of the month, January, I think, beginning of February, I released a single called Wine Em, and the song was doing well. Even in Nigeria, people was loving it. Even in Ghana, people was loving it a lot in Ghana. So we started doing some interviews. They started calling in and all that. And then I went to the Grammys. My first time going to the Grammys, I think was in March. And after I came back for the Grammys, and then I got a call from Big Bro, and he said I should come back to LA so we could get in the studio and make a song. So I was excited, bro. He flew me back to California, got in the studio, and from one song we made 5 songs in 2 days. Yeah, the work ethic was amazing. So he was like, "Yo, T, you gotta, you don't." I was like, "Let's keep going." Like, no, we gotta take a break. I was really excited because when it comes to making music, that is my strong suit. Put me in the studio with Drake. We're gonna make a song that day. We're gonna make a hit song. That's how excited I am about making music. So we made 5. He loved all 5 of them. So put it all together in an EP, and he was like, "We're gonna put out an EP." That was March, and from a single it became an EP. So the vibe was amazing. The vibe was addictive, the energy and everything. And then he put it out in August. Fast forward to August, so it came out. People loved it too. The project had over 1 million streams, and it was put out on my end of the catalog. It wasn't put out like a co-joint project on this digital stream. It was like Teemanay's Convict Culture presents Teemanay. So after that, towards the end of September or whatever, that was when I was like still feeling like I needed to be indie, even though we put out an EP together. Because I didn't really see much, push when it comes to marketing of that project. The project just, grew on its own. And I felt like it would have done better if there was a lot of inputs from the label side. So probably not really Big Bro's fault. Probably the label, probably the management. They didn't really know how to like structure everything. So I felt like I still needed to go. And that was when I peaced out. Yeah.
So you say you've been running Independent Strong for like a little over a year and a half.
Yes, a year and a half now. And then I put out a song last year, Later Me, which did so great. And then put out Call Me, which is doing amazing, surprisingly, which I'm grateful for. So I have a whole project that I'm putting out first quarter of 2025.
Oh.
Yeah,
Awesome.
mad project. Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta check out that music video too. Call Me, it's fire.
Yeah.
You gotta tap in, and I love seeing you perform Call Me as well. I've been to a couple of your performances. I went to the one you did at a Barclays Center for that was Africa.
And I'm Afrobeats and I'm Piano
Afrobeats,
Festival.
Yeah, that festival. What's the organization that?
Africa Everything.
Africa Everything.
Yeah, shout out to Africa Everything.
Yes, I am aware. Aisha.
Yes.
Indeed. Shout out to Aisha. Throwing that together. She also told me a little more about what you got going on over there. You want to let people know what y'all got going on.
Yeah, Africa Everything is a great not-for-profit organization, and what we do, I'm an ambassador of Africa Everything, and what we do is we find what the problem is somewhere in any community back home in Africa. We come back here, we raise funds, we go back and we fix it. Real life, We've been on for 8 years now, and we've really been we've worked in Senegal, we've worked in Ghana, we've worked in Nigeria, we've worked in Abidjan, and we actually built a school in Ghana. Like we developed the whole school, painted the walls and everything, and fixed the roof. The school was actually existing, but we renovated it because it was in a bad condition, bro. These kids were in classrooms and the rain could literally drop on them. Come on. So that's crazy. We've helped in water projects as well. So that's what we do. So every year we do an annual fundraiser stroke African attire, ball. It's like a ball, where people come with their best African clothes and all that. We do a whole event. We raise funds, and then the entire funds we raise, we structure it into a project. We pick a country per year that we're gonna work on. So last year was Ghana, Abidjan now, Togo. So we just pick different countries and we do what we can. So Africa Everything is amazing, and I'm very proud to be a part of Africa Everything.
And how can people support Africa Everything?
Oh, you could go to the website. It's africaeverything.com. africaeverything.com. We have a social media platform as well. Africa Everything. Glitterati is the founder, Aisha. Her Instagram is Glitterati ENT. Glitterati Entertainment. So you could also see the links in the bio of how you could donate and how you could support and be a part of this cause. One day at a time, we're fixing Africa.
One day at a time.
I'm also a part of a very big project that is going on called the Kingdom of Kush. It's a new found nation that is being developed in Africa between Egypt and Sudan. There's a big part called Bertowil in the south of Egypt, north of Sudan. There's a big land called No Man's Land, Bertowil. That is where the Kingdom of Kush is. And we're building a whole new country there. Like, it's going to be a tech country, smart CE. Everything about it is going to be run tech and futuristic. It's going to be like a real life Wakanda, for real. And the project is on. Kingdom of Kush has been doing a lot of great events. It was actually, the land was given to us in 1993, 31 years ago. And since then, there have been a lot of meetings around the world, United Nations, getting all the rights notarizations from different member states and member countries. And now we've gotten a lot of backups, and we're actually developing the country now. We started putting portable homes there. For real. So the Kingdom of Kush is going to be like the future of Africa. And the point of the Kingdom of Kush is to give Africa its name, give Africa its pride, so that every diaspora can actually come back home to something. So it's going to be a futuristic Dubai. That is what the Kingdom of Kush is going to be. So check it out at kingdomofkush.org, O-R-G. I'll tell you more about it off camera.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope. Changing lives. Okay, not to circle back to this, but I do recall Akon was trying to do something similar.
Oh yeah. Smart city. I think Akon city in Senegal. Yeah, but I don't really know much about so I can't really speak on it. But yeah, that was a great idea too.
I like the whole we're trying to update the motherland and all that.
Oh yeah, trust me, it's gonna be great when the Kingdom of Kush is fully set. Oh, people are gonna run back home. Oh. Just the way people have been running away, they're gonna run back home. Yeah, and they've started giving out citizenships digitally. All you got to do is apply. Visit the website, apply, so you can become a dual citizen, Kingdom of Kush pass. But we also have lands in 25 other countries in Africa. So Kingdom of Kush is not just going to be situated in Egypt and Sudan. We have lands in 25 other countries, including Nigeria, South Africa, in Africa. So those other small lands that were acquired and given by the government are going to be tech cities, different tech cities running as Kingdom of Kush, embassies, different parts of the continent. So it's all about building Africa. Africa is gonna really get back its glory. I'm so sure of that.
Wakanda. Wakanda 5.
Kingdom of Kush.
Yeah. People tell me that I look like Chadwick Boseman.
You actually do. Okay.
Really?
All right.
LOL. Okay.
All right. If you had dreadlocks.
Honestly, nowadays I get all types of stuff. People tell me I look Dominican. I was with Fino the other day. He told me I look Nigerian.
Yeah, you do. You look Nigerian. You look like an Igbo Nigerian guy. You look like you from Fino's country, Fino's states, the side where he comes from.
Wow.
Enugu, Anambra, like the Igbo side. I'm Igbo actually.
Oh, really?
You look like you're East Nigerian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it. He gave me a Nigerian name too.
What did he give you?
So I forgot the extended part of it, but he said,
give me the
Ike.
Ike, I like that. Ike means strength. Ike Chukwu, the strength of God. Yeah. That's dope. Okay. Ike.
I was like, hey, man, I'm about to change it on my damn driver's license right now.
Ike Taylor. I like that. That's a dope name.
I be feeling like I can really go into any country, continent. People just like, I look Asian. I'm Caribbean and all that. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, I look Igbo.
You look Asian, Caribbean, and African at the same time.
My baby's gonna be exotic. Hopefully, I don't get a girl.
Oh, you don't. Why would you say that?
Cause then what? Like all the men them gonna be on her. Cause she gonna have a
man.
guy. She got her father gonna. I look exotic. So if I have a
daughter,
girl,
she's gonna be.
she
Yeah,
gonna be
I get what you
crazy
mean though.
exotic. And then I only like to interact with objectively attractive women. When it comes to if I'm trying to like settle down with a shorty and all that. So to the assumption she's also going to be objectively attractive. So now if we both are objectively attractive, and then make a girl, it's like damn.
But guess what? Your first kid's likely gonna be a girl.
But I'm not like I wouldn't be opposed to having a girl, right? Because I don't find myself to be kids, they say like if you're a man and you're afraid of having a girl, that's because you was out here like
wilding. So you was out here wilding.
I wouldn't say that. I'm not even saying that.
So you were playing with him. You're not supposed to play with them
I'm
like
not.
that.
Now they be playing in general.
Yeah, but you play them too.
I'm not saying all that. You know what I'm saying?
So
I'm just saying like I'm saying like I would actually like that. I don't care either way though, right? Yeah. I actually don't mind if I had like I'd rather have like 2 to 3, right? I don't care if I have
so you like polygamy and stuff like that.
I mean, not like I need 2 girls. I can't damn you on that, brother. I'll damn you. This is not even hacking, but I'm not damning you on that. I'm saying I'm at 2 to 3 like kids.
Oh, okay. My bad. I was jumping.
With polygamy, that I have to take care of 2 to 3 women.
That's a lot of responsibility.
That's too much responsibility.
No, but some people
is hella emotional. Right?
Yeah, I know. But do you know that they say that polygamous men actually live longer?
Really?
I mean, it's a saying back home in Africa that polygamous men live longer. They say because the ones who have the money and can take care of the women do, but they say because it eases their stress. In the sense that so one is going to make breakfast, one is going to make lunch, one is going to make dinner. If you have 3 wives, for example, and they all fighting for your attention for the night. So it's a lot of things that put together. They say that if you marry more than 1 wife or you have more than 1 wife, you're less stressed in your mental and emotional sense. I don't know about financial sense, but mental, emotional, and sexually. Those 3 things that you're less stressed.
I can see that, but I think then it goes back to the financial and the place in which you reside, right? So I'm sure that works in Africa.
Yeah,
in America, some people do it.
But the funny thing is, in medieval time, like in ancestral time, in historic time, right? Yeah, polygamy was the norm. In Africa, it was until Western world came in and religion, and then they said 1 man, 1 wife. If you have more than 1 wife, it's a sin and stuff like that. Yeah, it was like a normal thing back then. A man in his house, in his village, he just acquires or marries. I'm not gonna use the word acquire. That's very wrong. But I'm describing it then. That's not what I agree on. That's not my life now. He just marries a lot of women. And even Fela Kuti, the founder of Afrobeat, he had almost 30 wives. Damn, brother.
That's a lot of wives.
And that's a lot, So, but the thing I know about a certain religion, like the Islamic religion, when they say you could have more than 1 wife, is as long, there's a condition that say as long as you could take care of them and show them equal love. That's it. Not just saying because you're just going to hide under the religion and just marry like 10 wives or 4 wives or whatever. As long as you could take care of them. So financial part plays a very, very high role.
How much love can I really distribute? I'm not gonna lie to you, because some days I need it all for myself, and then say that one, she might need all the love that day, and then say I got 3 wives, and forget even wives, because that's way too much paperwork. Say I got 3 girlfriends, right? They're right, and then it may be a day that one of them she feeding for love, and the other one she feeding for love, but she could chill that day. Okay, I'll take the B side, but then say C. She's going through seasonal depression. She needs all the love, but A she just requires love in general, right? But C, she just going through a period of time where she really needs love, but you can't give it to her because you also got to have X amount of love for yourself. And say A your favorite because she A, so you might just give A the love. But now C, but she was really feeling for the love, so now C might go sit on the eggplant because you wasn't giving her love. And it's like, and now how is that going to provide me? Well, I guess if you have multiple, then you may not care about what C do, but at the same time, men are possessive for the most part. So you might still care about what C is doing, even if you're trying to just give A love, and B she cooling, but C she need mad love because she going through that period of time right now. Maybe she's going through seasonal depression and she on her period. So now she really might just leave you for X amount of time. You might wonder where C went.
Right. The funny thing, all you describe is based on region, culture, environment. All these needs that you just described is what happens it's obtainable in the Western world, like America, because I feel like where you grow up, the religion you surround yourself with and the culture you grow up kind of molds you, your environment. So like women back home and women in the Middle East, for example, they grew up in a different environment. So the kind of things that they're worried about, it's not the kind of things the women here are worried about. A woman in Africa or a woman in the Middle East is not going to be saying, oh my God, I'm depressed. Oh, I just need a moment. I'm saying we go through all that. Mental health is real. But what I'm saying, like the kind of things that women worry about here, it's not the kind of things women worry about there.
Yeah.
That's why you see some women, they are raised, they are born, they are raised, they grow up, they get married to a man who already has a wife as his second wife, and they have no problem with it because that's the norm there. So the kind of things that gives them depression, it's not the kind of thing that gives somebody here depression.
Yeah.
I met a girl here that said, oh, I can't get in a relationship. I don't have the mental capacity to deal with a relationship. I'm like, okay, all right. It's like waking up in the morning and say, oh, I don't want to go to work. I don't have the mental capacity to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. So because the way we are built is different. We're built to be, I'm not saying we're stronger than y'all here, but I'm saying we're built different. Let me just use that word.
I think there's a lot of fragile mentality over here. Not
exactly.
Quite
realistically.
Fragile mentals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because then a woman will say that, right? But then they will expect you to still maintain control of your emotions and also help them with their emotions. Or if they feel like you can't help them with their emotions, they're just going to destroy your emotions by just getting about it.
Right.
And just find somebody else.
Right.
You know, and I think it's even in the Western world in general, so many options, and people fall victim to the amount of, you know, choices and dominoes. And, and you know, it's like, I can just pick this one up. You know, I can just pick up this new Uno card. I'll just go to this next Monopoly piece. You know what I'm saying? And just flip around like that, flip around the board.
Exit plan is an easy thing here, just like you're saying. People don't know how to tough it out, you know, tough it out. Let's see through and see where this is going to lead. You know what I'm saying? Given the normal circumstances, I'm not talking about abuse, cheating, or, you know, I'm talking about life. Talking about life in general, like maybe rock bottom, you know, financial struggles, stuff like that. Those are normal things that people can tough it out and work together and, you know, grow through it. But people just check out real quick.
But people are more likely to stay at the things you just said: abuse, cheating, mental.
And that's
they'll
sad.
They'll stay when they're getting abused,
and that's sad.
As opposed when they're actually being. I heard a video the other day. I forgot really where I heard it from, honestly, but essentially, to paraphrase, the takeaway was that less is more and more is less, right? For Western world situations or situationships, relationships, it's like the more adoration you provide to the situation, the less strength it may actually have, because that person may feel like they're being smothered, right? But if you don't actually provide them with much and leave the mystery of like, oh, does this person actually care about me?
Right.
What are they doing? Then that allows it to last a long period of time, because of the whole like, I don't know what's actually going on, and then say the woman is able to be in their feelings, because I feel like it's actually more of a frequent type of situation where a woman wants to be in their feelings and likes the drama, and it's like I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, they like the drama. That's why they say nice guys finish last.
No,
you know what that means, right? When they say nice guys finish last, is because if you're too nice, you're too decent, you're upright, you're predictable, and at the end of the day, you're not bringing anything spicy to the relationship. That's what they want. They want you to be a little bit tough, a little bit not answering their calls all the time, a little bit putting them in suspense. And like you said, the one who shows less attention actually is in control of the relationship. And that's a crazy thing, but that's what really happens. So you as a guy, maybe you're not taking her calls all the time, you put her in suspense, you go out at night, you don't respond to her text till the morning time. They kind of like that drama. It keeps them awake, because now you're unpredictable. They don't know, just like you said. They're like, what's he doing? I don't know. Does he really love me? Is he with someone else? You know? But when you nice, up to date, decent, wearing them glasses, looking like a nerd, you finish last.
But I will say though, it's funny, because I actually ran into a situation where, because now I just don't even know what's the truth anymore, right? Because that's to where I feel is the truth, right? Then you're overly nice, you will finish last, right? But we're into a situation where a girl picked a guy that actually was willing to be in the friend zone for X amount of time, and then preferred that over the person that was aggressive yet
Mm.
suspenseful and mysterious.
Yeah, but that's good. I mean, that's good because that is what it should be. You should go for somebody who give you security, who give you honesty, loyalty, and stuff like that. Not somebody who is out there driving you crazy. But for some reason, our ladies just love drama. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's a DNA thing. I don't.
Sometimes I don't. I'm not trying to go there, but I think it's because chaos is normal.
We probably need one of them to come speak for themselves. So let's leave it at that.
And I always have these conversations with them. I'm very open with not only black women but just women in general on the things that is projected to us. It's not even like assumptions that I'm making, right? I base it on a majority type of thing because of the experiences I've either had myself or just heard or just hearing other women talk or when women just have open conversation with me, it allows me to be able to arrive at these majority type of opinions where it's like the things that I'm saying, if I say it to women, for the most part, she knows that I'm not capping them, I'm just basing it off of nothing. So it's like, there's a lot of mental healing needs to be done in our communities.
Yeah, on both sides. Yeah. Men need to learn how to, be real and be honest, And women need to learn how to look for the right person, pick the right person. That's a big thing. Yeah.
So what would you say are 3 green flags in a Nigerian woman?
Oh, Nigerian woman. Oh, she knows how to cook.
Okay.
That's definitely a green flag.
Yeah.
Because I don't play with my Nigerian food. Shit. That's one. Another one, if she believes in God. That's a big thing for me because I was raised to believe in God and I still do believe in God. And I believe that all my steps are ordered. I believe that I know mistakes happen, accidents happen, bad things happen, but I feel like it molds you, it prepares you for something else. So every experience is preparing you for the future. So I believe in God a lot. So if she believes in God, she cooks real good. And what are the green flags? Let me think. I don't really care about language. You can speak any language as long as you can communicate. If she loves family. Yeah, if she loves family. Because I'm very family oriented. Yeah.
Okay.
I speak with my family like every day. We have a group chat. Yeah, where we throw all the gossips and all the good news and all the bad news and everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she's very family oriented. She loves God. And she can cook.
Ooh, gotta cook and clean. Gotta cook and clean.
Yeah, they go together.
Yeah. Double C's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what would you say are 3 red flags that you've seen?
Oh my God, I knew that was coming.
Can't have good without bad.
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't even think about red flags. My 3 red flags would be definitely somebody who cheats. I can't deal with that. Right now, don't bring me nothing I didn't have in my body before. Somebody who cheats, that's one, and then somebody who is not clean. Hygiene is very important for me because I'm the last in my house. I have 4 siblings, so we had 5 kids. I'm the number 5, and I was normally they say the last born is the baby of the house. I did a lot of work as the last kid. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why I'm the way I am today, but I did a lot of work because the way our house is, right? Let me say this is my elder brother and that's my elder sister. So if my mom sends her on an errand, say, Ungozi, do something, she will send it to my brother. Say, Chris, go and do what mom says you should do. And then that one will transfer it to me because I'm the last. That's how they do it back. I'm like, oh yeah, Tony, good do it. So I get most of the heat. And I'm like, I grumble, but I still got to do it. So the last one is always the one that runs all the errands, does all the crazy stuff, so hygiene became a very big thing for me. So hygiene is very important. Yeah, cheater, dirty girl, and if you don't know, did I say about coke before? Cooking.
Cook. Oh, if you don't,
red flag.
You said cooking.
It's a green flag.
Is a green flag.
Yeah, not cooking is a red flag.
Yeah,
not cooking is a red flag. I could cook. I feel like almost every African could cook, but I would appreciate it if I appreciate the enthusiasm. Even if you're not African, if you want to learn, if you're interested in me, you should cook your own food, cook your cuisine. If you're Caribbean, I love Caribbean girls. If you African American, just so if you don't cook at all, you don't clean, and you cheat, those are my red flags.
What do you consider cheating?
Oh man, that's a tough question. Cheating is, I think, I feel like it's because of the level of security that I have on myself. I feel like cheating is a physical thing. If I go through your phone and see you chatting with somebody, and I ask you about it, and you come clean and stuff, I don't really see that as a big deal. Because I feel like a beautiful woman will always be approached. So if you have that mentality that she's all yours, nobody's ever going to talk to her, nobody's ever going to send her a DM, nobody's ever going to try to talk to her or whatever, then you living a lie. You living in a bubble, bro. You lying to yourself. Realistically. So cheating for me is more of a physical thing. If you go out and cheat or do something with somebody physically, that's cheating for me. But if you're having a conversation with somebody and it doesn't lead to anything after that, I don't consider that a high level of cheating. Yeah.
I tend to agree, but it's just I find it to be unfair. I don't think it's
fair. Of course, it's not fair because you're giving somebody your time and attention and all that.
No, I actually agree with you, right? But I don't think women see it on the same way with us, though.
Oh yeah, it's called double standard. You heard of that word?
Yeah.
Nah, come on. We can't even. We can't win with that one.
It's like I hate the world sometimes. It's not because I can be okay with the fact that if I'm gonna only go after objectively attractive women, other men will eventually shoot their shot, right? And that's cool. I can grasp that, right? But then the other side, if you're an objectively attractive man, I feel like women tend to just assume you must be a player, so they'll just leave you alone because they don't want the emotion.
Yeah, they judge you from a distance.
The distraughtness, or they.
I get that. I get that a lot. Yeah, I get it a lot. People always like when people try to talk to me, they always just assume they'll be like, no, leave this one. He's a player or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm a player. I play soccer, dog. I play soccer, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The funny thing is, this morning in the Breakfast Club, Charlamagne was having a conversation with Lauren LaRosa, and she said her friend, right, told her that somebody sent the friend's boyfriend a DM trying to hit at him, and he was like, well, sorry, I have a girl, and stuff like that. Cool. So he shared that with his girlfriend, like, yo, babe, look at this girl trying to talk to me.
Shoot a shot.
And his girlfriend got mad at him. You know why she got mad at him?
Because he responded.
Because he responded.
Yeah.
So you see the standards, right? Even though he told the girl, I have a girlfriend, leave me alone, she still got mad at him for responding. And Envy was like, I don't see that as a problem because he shared that with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
That shows that he's secure enough to be transparent. To be like, yo, look at my phone. This girl's trying to talk to me. But she changed it all up on him, went fire, and like, why did you respond this and that and that? Like, she changed the whole perspective. You know what I'm saying? And Lauren was on her side. But Envy was like, if you can't be my best friend and I can't share certain stuff with you, then why are we together? Because tomorrow now I'm going to start hiding things from you because of the way you react. Yeah? Because I don't want that drama. But normally I'm supposed to be able to share things with you and we laugh about it and move on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he responding is 100% good thing. He could have ignored. But the fact that he responded and then still shared it with his girl, like, yo, see, this girl's trying to talk to me. That's something he wanted y'all to just laugh about it. Like, nah, she's a player. Or rather, she's a joke. What does she think? And stuff like that. So I don't know. That's my own opinion. Because if it was my case, I share that kind of thing with my girl, we gonna laugh. We definitely gonna laugh about it. Like, look at this one, Mumu. That's what we're gonna say. So some people have different, dynamics in their relationship because what that does, it destroys trust. It makes you scared to share things with her because of the way she's gonna react, and that's not good. Yeah. In a relationship, now you're gonna start hiding stuff because you just don't want drama. I mean, what do you think?
No, yeah, that's a fact. I'd rather me and my girl be super close and her just share things with me. Like, I've had my girls be like, yo, this guy just hit me up and show me.
Right.
I'll just laugh because I know at the end of the day, if you picked me, you're going to continue to pick me.
And for you to show me, that's something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because I'm impressed that you actually did show me. Some people would not even show you in the first place.
I'd rather you just tell me and then, like, I'll be aware rather than you hide it from me. because now if we're just hiding things from each other, now it's just gonna start a cycle
Yeah.
of hiding things, and then at some point somebody gonna cheat, and then it'll be over regardless.
Right.
You know,
That's how I
that's
see
why
it.
I just I go crazy. Me, my hand and some lotion. You know what I'm saying? Just way less stress sometimes. I'm like, man.
Yo, I didn't even get that.
You know, it's like,
Yo,
I just
my
call it-
guy.
call it a
Come
night.
on, man. The world is a big place. You don't gotta do that, man. We got 8 billion people, bro.
And
Come
and they
on.
all cause stress. They all cause stress, man. They all pull at your heartstrings like some guitar.
I feel you, man.
Yeah,
I feel
and,
you.
you know.
I mean, there's some good ones, you know. When you find a good one, bro, you better hold on tight. Because
But
there's
then-
not much left.
But then this is what we had a conversation about that the tighter you hold, the more they run.
The more they run. I know,
So-
right?
So how do you win?
Ah.
I get me and good bottles of Jergens. I'm saying Jergens, sponsor Elajas and friends. I might really start pushing that. Me and my hand and some Jergens. Make that a whole jingle.
As long as it's not baby oil, you know.
No
it's
baby
cool.
oil though.
Yeah.
No drug baby oil. I didn't even know you could drug baby oil.
Man, I don't know nothing
Fake
about
news,
that,
sorry.
bro. I
Yeah.
don't know. I can't even speak on it. You
Yeah.
got nothing
I'm
to
just
do
going off
with me.
headlines. I wasn't there.
I like to
So I
stay
don't-
out of the drama.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that you should stay in is some bamboo. You know what I'm saying? Get your liver activated, or stay in the Audio Technica House studio that we at, filming Elajas and friends. Okay, no cap. But just going down this the rest of this timeline as we move forward in this Elajas and friends conversation. So, like I said, seeing you at your Barclays performance, then saw you at the Young John performance on tour with him. So
Yeah.
how was that?
Oh, that was dope. That was a great experience. You know, it was nice. I told my manager Slim, we had a great time. We did about 10 different cities. It was back to back to back. Some of the dates were like tonight you here, and then after the concert you go to the after party. The after party ends at 4. You go back to your hotel. You got a flight to catch at 7, 8. Boom, next city. Ooh, you know, that's a tour life. But it was fun. It was a great experience. Got some new fans. Got to, you know, mix up with my people, which I love, you know, my Nigerian, my African people. We did a couple cities, and it was a great experience. That's all I'm just gonna say. I enjoyed it. California was dope. At Texas, Dallas, Texas was exciting. Atlanta was fire. He was on fire. What am I saying? New York, he was there. He was in New York, you know. So it was real fun. I really enjoyed it. I want to do it again. I'm gonna do it again, but probably after my project drops early next year.
So how did you end up getting on the Young John tour in the first place?
Oh yeah, shout out to my big bro Duke Concept, the organizer. He's the one that put me on the tour. He's like one of the biggest promoters in our community in the entire United States. When it comes to Afrobeat music, you gotta link up with Duke. So Duke Concept hit me up. It's time to go. You know, I was like, wow, really? He said, yeah, bro, I got you. It's time to go. Because, you know, for a while, they've been watching me do my thing, independently, doing some shows, putting myself out there every chance I get. And he was like, yeah, bro, I've been watching you for a minute, and I feel like you're ready. Let's get on the road. And that was it. And then we got on the road. So shout out to Duke Concept, big bro.
Indeed, you know.
Mhm.
I think it's only a matter of time till you up there. With
Somebody's always watching. That's what I be telling people. You know, you never know who's watching. So every chance you get to show yourself, make it the best. From the way you look, the way you dress, the way you present yourself, mic check, everything. That's one culture that I cultivated. Like, I feel like being the last child, so I cultivated a culture of discipline because my dad used to be in the military. So I had this discipline of always showing up out on time. Sometimes my on time anxiety drives my manager crazy. He's like, bro, calm down, relax. You're the artist. Don't let them stress you. You know what I'm saying? But me, I just like to be on time with everything. So I like to be there. I don't want to miss out on opportunities. And sometimes people spot that. Some people spot that. They see that seriousness in you. And they be like, yo, this guy, I got to do something with this guy. He's serious about his craft. So that's my personality. So that's what I'm saying. Like, show up, do your work. Even if you got 5 minutes, make sure that's the best 5 minutes you have. You don't care if you're opening for Jay-Z or you're opening for Drake. Make sure you have a great time with the people. Engage with the fans. Do your thing, and somebody's going to remember you. You know, so that's what I've been doing, you know, developing myself as an artist gradually until this opportunity came. And he said it. He said he's been watching me. That every chance I get, I show up and I show out. That's why he said, T, you're good to go. And there's more to come. 2025, it's going to be a big year.
No, yeah, definitely more to come for you. You know, that discipline is gonna take you very far places for sure. Because most artists, they'll come like an hour late to something. Not say nothing. Not say nothing. Walk in like, yeah, I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? So that discipline definitely gonna take you far for sure. Like I said, I think it's only a matter of time before you're up there with all them names that you said you watched go and bubble while you was in that shelf period.
I know.
It's only really a matter of time. Like I said, you feel me? And definitely, always appreciate you popping out to our EBN situations. Always come dripped out. I'm saying like these pants. Where you get these pants from?
Oh, this is Cult of Individuality. Cult is like my brand. My clothing. They style me for everything, and it's one of the best. They style me for everything. And this is called. Every show you've seen me, like every time you see me outside, even when I came for the last session where the girl performed, it's called. Everything I wear is called.
Yeah.
Cult of Individuality on Instagram. So they style me. They're the best.
Tap in, you know what I'm saying? And T just referred to the art gallery event we threw, EBN Photos. If you need a photographer, make sure you tap in with us. We got the good quality shooters, good quality video, going crazy. All right, and the artist you performed, that you're referring to that performed, her name is Truvy.
Truvy, yeah, she's amazing.
Went crazy. Make sure you tap in with Truvy. Bangers on bangers. Okay, and I don't know if y'all actually had any conversation, but I think y'all.
Yeah, we did. There's a lot of similarities in our stories, and she's very talented. She says she can't wait to work with me, and I feel the same way. So I told her I'm gonna hit you up. I just got to get the right song.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she's amazing. Shout out to EBN. EBN be looking out for us all day. EBN is #1 in the city now. Keep it locked.
You know what I'm saying? Going crazy. We always try to provide a platform to creators, and really, I'm personally really trying to push this ecosystem, because I know that the creative industry is, like I said, $1 billion industry, and I think the most impactful industry right now and moving forward. So I always try to provide these platforms and put together dope people that can make some dope stuff, and hopefully y'all do make a song together, because I'm a dump that thing every day.
Yeah, you just put it in the atmosphere. So we're gonna look back on this podcast, and then we'll see what happens.
Getting down and dirty.
Like, yeah, we talked about it.
You know what I'm saying? Expeditiously. You know what I mean? So like I said, we tapped into a lot of stuff today. So what do you feel like is next? I know you're still waiting for the Grammy consideration. I saw the United Masters. What happened with that?
Oh yeah, United Masters. So I'm still distributing with them. It was a good opportunity because it was thousands of artists they considered, and they put me on the 5. They picked I think Dono. Yeah, one of the artists, Dono, which I think she's very dope as well, and I'm very happy for the opportunity she got. So it was a $250,000 marketing deal where they're gonna push you and do some marketing around you to the value of $250,000. It's not like they're gonna give you the money or anything. They're just gonna do some placements that they are valuing at $250,000 for you, which is not bad. But I'm okay with the situation, because sometimes when you get involved in those, or when you win those kind of opportunities, and other bigger opportunities come, like maybe you get a bigger deal from a bigger distribution or a label or something, you're gonna have to pay off United Masters what they have done on you. It's more like a label deal, you know. So sometimes it's good to stay independent. So I like my situation right now. I like the creative control. But United Masters is amazing. I put out Call Me with them, and the editorial placements and push was really nice. Yeah. So that is that for now. So the project is almost fully ready. My album is like on 90%. Because I keep going back and forth, refixing some things. You know how we are, perfectionists. So yeah, but I'm putting it out first quarter of 2025. For the Grammy thing, hoping I get nominated. The nominations will be announced in November, and we see what happens. But regardless, we'll be going to the Grammys in February. We're gonna be there to enjoy the whole experience, network, because I'm a voting member actually of the Recording Academy. They made me a member class of 2023, so I've been a member of the Grammys since 2023. They actually invited me to have a workshop where I'll be speaking to Grammy in the schools with Coco Jones, I think next week, in a Grammy museum. So yeah, so we a lot of good things are coming. Let me not spill out a lot, but I already did. I'll just say big things are coming.
Big things.
Yeah.
Definitely excited for you, man.
Thank you, bro.
You know, hopefully it's more big success. Hopefully that Grammy nomination.
Yeah,
Call
thank
me.
you.
Fire song, fire video. Make sure you check out the good visuals. You know what I'm saying? Expeditiously getting down and dirty. Okay. people got to know where they can follow you at.
Oh yeah, it's Teemanay on all platforms. It's TeeManay. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, heaven, not hell. All platforms.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Teemanay. I'm not on OnlyFans, unfortunately.
Oh man. Now that'd be smart though. You could go on OnlyFans, right? And they might think they're gonna see your beef, but then just post music videos.
Come on, ain't
Exclusive
nobody. You know
videos.
nobody want to check out no music videos on OnlyFans.
Nah, you
It's
never
on
know,
YouTube, bro.
DDG made an OnlyFans where he taught people stuff.
I mean, yeah.
So like you can like put behind the scenes OnlyFans,
Mm.
music videos or something.
Yeah, you have a point. Well,
You don't have to.
I ain't trying to be on OnlyFans. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, honestly, even the perception of being on OnlyFans and stuff like that. But ultimately, make sure you guys check out Audio Technica and Technica House. Shout out to them for providing the space. Make sure you also get you some good bamboo in your liver, in your system. All right, good up bamboo. I know you see the black bottle. Rum Company, expeditiously. Okay, make sure you check out EBNTV on Roku. All right, make sure you watch out for that new project coming out, top of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Top of 2025. Okay, we here at Elajas and Friends. My name is Taylor Elajas. Taylor Elajas on all socials. All right, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below the new things you found out about T, because there's a lot of things. All right, and if you want to get to his heart, make sure you cook him some jollof rice.
Let them know. Chee.
Expeditiously. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Taylor. We're here at Elajas and Friends.